Philippe Clement saves his job for another day, but it could just be a matter of time before he goes, as the Belgian books another 90 minutes of Brodgeball in December. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football, and I bet you Clement wishes he was in the final against Fog Football and not Brendan's Brodgeball.
Well, obviously, because it would be 11 against 2, and that would stack the debt highly in their favour, not our favour. I mean, we'd be pumped. But anyway, enough about us playing football. Rangers can barely do it with 11, so forget about us too. The first half was awful, right? I don't want to just repeat my review, but I don't take much from this. I'm happy my team's through, but it feels like the winner loses in the final. Who wants the silver medal? And Rangers stepped up in the second half.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. Andy Halliday didn't celebrate his goal. I tell you what, would Andy Halliday do a worse job in this Rangers team than Cyril Dessers and James Tavernier? We were talking about this literally in the Start 11 video, where we made the case for Andy Halliday actually starting for Rangers, but obviously here, he didn't celebrate the goal too much, but...
Which I don't like.
I think he completely under-celebrated. I understand not going overboard, right? But he was...
Nah, it's a semi-final to get to get into a fucking final. You should be celebrating. I'd be legitimately pissed. See if I knew players were going to celebrate, or I wouldn't even call it a celebration. See if I knew players were going to react like that, I would think twice about playing them against... Honestly, see if I was the Motherwell manager, I would think twice about playing Andy Halliday against Rangers.
It was...
It just doesn't look like it. To me, he should be enthusiastic, he should be happy, should be over the moon, should be thrilled that he's just got the goal that could potentially give his team a spot in the final.
You can't fault his effort though. He leaped through the air like a salmon.
No, I'm not faulting his effort. I thought he actually did very well today, and I thought he took the goal fine, but very good finish and stuff. But for me, that would annoy me, especially as a teammate as well. You know, imagine like you're celebrating with the guy that's just scored, and you're over the moon, and he's just like looking depressed as if someone stole his entire bank balance. You know, it just doesn't make sense to me. I get it, he's played for Rangers, like, but
they steal his bank balance.
Jesus Christ, he looked awkward. Like he looked like he'd just been caught on camera stealing or something, didn't he? Just like, oh,
sorry,
no.
Didn't mean it, guys. But tell you what, it wouldn't have been a steal if Motherwell went on to win this in the first half, because Rangers were awful. We saw Tom Lawrence pick up an injury. James Tavernier and Cyril Dessers, oh my days. Cyril Dessers missed an open net. He dragged a shot wide. Jeffy blazed over. It's no good enough, right? Clement's came out and said post-match that Rangers have got to look at this as like a... What was the terminology he used? He said this has to be the benchmark, this 2-1 against Motherwell. This guy doesn't understand anything, man.
Then he said against Aberdeen it was one of the best performances. What's he talking about?
I think what he means is, look, we went 1-0 down, then we came back and won 2-1. Rangers should be looking at, we were shite against Kelly, we were awful against Aberdeen. If Rangers won 6-0 the day and he comes out and goes, that should be the benchmark, then absolutely.
Well, that should be the bench. Rangers shouldn't be coming from behind to beat teams.
No. And see these people that, negativity, man. Look at the two games. Compare the two games across this weekend, man. Which one's the benchmark and which one's the skid mark? Hit me with it. Which one's the skid mark? It's a game we fucking watched today.
And it's not like Rangers pummeled Motherwell.
No.
And deservedly won 2-1, and on another day they could have won 5-1. I mean, it was 1-1 and they got a late, lucky deflected goal. That's what it is. This is not the benchmark. You've sneaked through.
They were much better in the second half, right? And I thought once they took Dessers and Tav off, things improved, which should be the starting team for going forward. But it's 2-1 against... He needs to stop with these comments, man. If this guy's here till 2028, God help us if he is, he needs to reel this in. He needs to wrap it up.
It's almost like he's trying to
get himself sacked,
inflate the performances, and he thinks that nobody's actually seen them. So he's trying to like pull the wool over everyone's eyes, like, oh, against Aberdeen, this is one of our better performances of the season, as if nobody's seen it. We all seen it, and we all knew it was shite.
Yeah.
He's talking as if nobody's seen it, and he's describing it, and he's just straight up lying. That doesn't work. When you see, maybe if the game was played behind closed doors and nobody's seen it, he can come out and say, aye, we were great, we were this, we were that. But his words don't match what happened on the pitch.
No, it's just... No, but
See if
this ain't a one-off. He said this after a bunch of games now. No, hasn't he, though?
Aye.
You know, and it's other comments, right? He's talking about... this is what he said. This could be a massive game at the end of the season to have this one as a reference. I want to see every 3 days this mentality. That's what we've been talking about, but talking's not enough. We need to do it on the pitch.
Just talk.
This game is a reference. What are we on? We fucking... he talks about, we'll be better in November, 200%. We beat Motherwell 2-1 at Hampden 4 months ago.
I would question if this guy even managed Monaco. But he's full of shit. He probably just lied. Probably just put that on his CV. Oh, that's my benchmark club. Probably guy's never been in Monaco. Is there any proof? Was he even there?
I don't know.
Does he even exist?
I don't know.
Because he talks shit. He says things that... He talks like, great performance. Great performance, man. Garbage performance.
Yeah, but anyway, let's come on to more about the game, I guess. Cyril Dessers got booed as he returned for injury and he was receiving treatment, which I thought was pretty funny. Some of how bad things are, but yeah, we've seen Tom Lawrence get subbed off. Looks like his hamstrings are gone, or maybe it's just his arse that went and he just wanted it subbed off. But we saw half time. Diamonde come on just before it for Lawrence. Dessers makes it 1 each, his first goal in 9 games, which, if you're playing up front for Rangers, is just unacceptable. I mean, it was an alright goal. Doesn't fucking mean Dessers is a world beater again. But for me...
No, it was a decent goal, though.
No, it was. But when Danilo and Sterling came on for Tav and Dessers, I think that's where the game did turn. I think Motherwell were really poor in the second half, man. It's like... I don't know why. I mean, they absolutely were in comfortable control in the first half and then their arse went.
Is it fair to say that Danilo is the number 1 striker at Rangers and when he was brought in he was supposed to be the number? He's just not been fit. He's never had a run of games.
When Clement came in up until the Tynecastle game, Danilo was number 1.
No, but even Beale, was he not signed to be number and he was injured?
Yeah.
Was Danilo not... When Beale made all those signings, was Danilo not... I know he was the most expensive, but I just assumed that he was...
Yeah, but that's on Danilo, man. We can talk about he was signed as whatever, but I mean, he's an injury-prone bloody waster at the end of the day. He's not stepping up.
I doubt he's intentionally getting injured.
No, he's not, but... Intentional or unintentional, you need to be there. You're paid to do a job.
If Danilo stays fit and injury-free, do you think he's the number 1 striker at Rangers?
Probably, but that's just by default, because how shite Dessers is. Danilo missed a lot of chances as well. Danilo's not even that good. People are going to pretend that he's great because Dessers is that bad.
I just don't think we've seen enough of him. And I can't... It's weird saying that when he's been there, a year and...
No, I know.
16 months?
No, something like that.
But it does feel... It feels like you've not seen him have a proper run in the team.
No, I agree. What else happened? I mean, Tierney thought was good all game. He found Bajrami. These two are clearly the most technically gifted guys at Rangers. I would throw Hadji in there as well. I think those two on the wing...
Tierney did play a lot of missed balls, those passes.
He did. He was sloppy, but he tried. Those two either side of Hadji, I think, is a good front three to have behind a striker.
Oh, there's definitely quality with those three.
But the problem is, Clement doesn't know what he's doing. Rangers win. I thought Motherwell didn't really go for it. I don't know. See, considering the game was in the balance, you're against a Rangers team that's on its arse. I think Motherwell was shocking in the second half, man. Didn't do much.
So what's the 11 you think going forward? If it's fully... Is it Butland, Hefty, Balogun...
Balogun's... I don't know.
Suter...
Casemiro besides Suter. Because Balogun's too old.
Sterling, Raskin, Barron, Hadji, Barami, Tierney, Danilo. Is that it?
Yes, I would do that.
Is that the 11?
But, I mean, if Danilo's injury... I'd probably start Zach Lovelace or something. Or Riga Mane, something. But no youngsters on the bench, man. Liam Kelly. What was the point of him coming back, man? Just an absolute waste. He'll be... I'm not going to pretend Liam Kelly, right, is on great wages. But what was the point? He'll be on alright wages, by the way.
Maybe he's got the same size of feet as Schmeichel and he wanted to share slippers.
Well, there's only one pair of slippers in use at the minute. Anyway, Rangers win 2-1. It sets up an old firm.
But Kelly never takes them off.
He doesn't. But the reality is, right, Rangers are light years behind Celtic. Can they beat them in a one-off game? Aye. But the reality is, people can cry about Aberdeen lying into Celtic. What have Rangers done recently?
Yeah, not a lot, but I tell you what, I think if this doesn't get Clement excited, what will? It's another crack at Celtic. It's a chance to do something that he's not done yet as Rangers manager.
Another crack at Celtic.
What?
He's cracked all the eggs he can crack, mate. It's done.
Many times he played Celtic? 4?
5.
5.
4 defeats and a draw.
Well, it's time he put that right.
Is it 4 defeats and a draw?
I think it might be 3 defeats in a draw.
No, it is 4 defeats and a draw. 1 defeat this season, 3 defeats last season, and a draw. That's bogging, man. There's 2 Old Firm games in the next 2 months.
Did he play him in the Scottish Cup or something?
Last year. Sure, lost in the final.
I still did,
Yeah, so point is, there's 2 Old Firms coming up. No, see, right, you've got Tottenham at Ibrox, Hampden at final against Celtic, then at home to Aberdeen in the league. See those 3 games? I mean, I say it'll make her. I think that's probably the next.
Will he get there? Will he get there?
I think he will. I think he will. I don't think they'll sack him now. I think today was the worry. I even think if he drops points against Hearts next week, he won't get sacked.
So he loses to Hearts and he goes 12 behind Aberdeen and Celtic, he's staying?
I don't think they'll lose to Hearts. But if they do, I mean, you never know, I guess. I think today bought him some time.
A win against Celtic in the final would buy him a lot of time, I think.
I would say if he beats Celtic in the final, that guarantees the season.
Well,
it's sad and desperate as it appears. Well, yeah, well, that's it, Willie, though. I'm going to go no. But that's where we're going to leave it, guys. Up next, the SPFL review show. A lot of action.
We'll talk more about it in detail, and we'll get some fallout for the managers and all that good stuff. And
Aye,
we'll be
there.
Talk some league stuff as well.
Oh, aye, we'll be there. Till then, peace.